Ah, look at this. The sun is shining. There's a crisp, warm breeze blowing. Everybody's outside enjoying the warm temperatures. Which means, of course, it must be Christmas. That's right. We're back at the happiest place on earth during the happiest season of them all. Christmas has returned to Disneyland. We're coming in like right during the middle of the day. But look at this. We're already seeing Minnie Mouse in her Christmas getup. And it's not just her. Look it's Christmas Clarabelle the cow. You've got Christmas Chip and Dale, or as they're known in France, Tick and Tack. And even Christmas Mickey Mouse, the big cheese, the boss, the living mascot of fun. Well, how about that? I didn't think they'd be out here in Town Square this late. But I guess they were all out here finishing up their meet and greets before the big Christmas parade begins. Oh my gosh, look at the park. It's wonderful. The poinsettias are back and the Christmas-themed flowers, and rising above it all, the 60-foot Disneyland Christmas tree. Would you look at the size of that thing? 60 feet tall is 12 5-foot persons standing on top of each other. 12 of my fiance. It's 12 alleys tall. And I keep wanting to call it the new Christmas tree, but this thing has actually been in the parks for 15 years now. It was 2008 when Disneyland started using an artificial tree. Before that time, every year they would find a big live tree from somewhere, cut it down, and haul it into the parks. But I guess in 2008, they decided that it was a little more green to keep recycling a plastic tree over and over, instead of cutting down live ones. Not to mention, I guess it's a little easier to decorate it more consistently when you know what size your tree is gonna be every year. Oh my gosh, dude, every year I forget just how big this thing is, and look at the size of the decorations on it. Man, they're enormous. And speaking of enormous, look at the giant garlands back across Main Street, USA. This also is nothing new. They've been doing this since the 1950s. Look at that. Look at that, Disneyland back in the day in its Christmas glory. It's kind of fascinating standing here in 2023 in Disneyland and then looking back to 1959 and seeing so many of the same types of decorations, the garlands, the bells, the wreaths going down Main Street. I mean, it looks a little different today, and I must say the plastic, honestly, probably looks a little bit better than the old real garlands that used to hang out here. But I love that you can walk down Main Street, USA in the 21st century and essentially be seeing the same thing your grandparents saw. Hey, look at that, back in 1959, there's Jimberly in his original paint scheme. Here he is today, still standing in front of what used to be the old tobacco shop. I guess some things do change. I'll give you just one more comparison between now and good old 1959. And look at that, back in 1959. If you look down to the end of Main Street, there's some kind of construction wall down there in the hub. Maybe they were working on the Christmas flowers. Man, there's no cuter place to be for the holidays than Disneyland, which means there's also no busier place to be for the holidays. I mean, millions of people in Southern California and from all over the world have made coming to the Disney parks part of their holiday traditions, and that same thing holds true for their children and their children and their children and their children's children's children. Look at this, the parade is still 45 minutes away, but you already have people lining the streets, waiting for that holiday magic. Oh, you know what? I can't resist. I can't resist showing you just one more. 1961 Main Street at Disneyland, all decked out for the holidays. Look at that. You still got Jimberly down there. You got Lon Chaney's Phantom of the Opera at the Main Street Cinema, the Yale Key Shop over there. You got the omnibus and the fire truck and the bells, the garlands, the castle down at the end of the street. And everything looks so much bigger back then because the trees were all so much smaller. Ah, Disneyland. Wait a minute, hark. What's that sound? No, not Cruella. I always love that they play that song from the Peanuts Christmas special over here. I mean, I was just at Knott's Merry Farm, and of course, Knott's has got the Peanuts characters, so it makes sense that you hear it over there. But I love that they play it over here at Disneyland too. It's such a Christmas classic, it works in both parts. Speaking of Christmas classics and licensed characters, look at this, you got Goofy out here taking fun pics with people, giving people hugs, walking around before the parade. Oh, and he's got a little chef's hat on. He must be cooking up Christmas cookies for Chip and Dale. Wow, look at this, you got the popcorn cart all decked out for the holidays with the toy soldier Mickey bucket on sale. You can Feliz Navidad yourself some Christmas Christmas churros. No, seriously, they've got mint chip Christmas churros. They've got everything you need for a happy holiday before you even get past Main Street. Uh-oh, speaking of Main Street, it's too late to get a good spot. But the parade is coming out here any minute, so I guess we should find a spot. Normally I wait till nighttime, but I was here the other night and it was super crowded. There was no room at the inn anywhere. People were stacked up on top of people on top of people all up and down Main Street, like 45 minutes before the parade of the fireworks even started. So maybe we should settle for a daytime parade. All right, luckily it cleared out a little bit over here. I'm in this weird wedge between the parade route on Main Street and the parade route around Town Square going in. But although it may make it slightly more awkward to see the parade, it's the perfect place to have a little elbow room. Oh, here it comes, a Christmas fantasy. It just doesn't feel like Christmas until I've seen the Christmas fantasy parade. I don't need to sit here and watch all of it, but there's a few key touchstones I love seeing every year. The Toy Soldiers marching band is chief among them. You gotta see the Toy Soldiers. And of course, what's a parade without seeing Mickey Mouse? Hey, wait a minute, look it. It's Mrs. Claus. What's she doing walking around on foot? Oh, poor Mrs. Claus. Well, at least she's staying in shape. Oh, here comes Mickey. Look how fast he changed his sweater.
Oh, this is such
Look
a wonderful time.
It's Mickey and Minnie and Donald. Chip and Dale are on the back of the float. Look at these guys. It's like coming home for the holidays. The cool thing is you can walk across this wedge and see the floats when they come around the other side and then go backstage. Oh, here comes another favorite. It's the little dancing snowman. You gotta have the dancing snowman out here for the holidays. I love the one in the back with the sick trucker hat. Look at this, a little space cleared out in front of the Christmas tree. We're right up front now. Look at this, is awesome. You got the Christmas tree rolling down the street. You got the little skating snowflakes, and of course Anna, Elsa, and Olaf from Frozen. Perfect characters for Christmas. Although hopefully Elsa doesn't use her magic because it's a perfect 70 degrees out here. Oh boy, here come the chefs. You know what that means? It means the classic Disneyland gingerbread cookies are coming. Another one of my old favorites. That's so cool. There's just some characters that become Christmas classics. Not that I don't also have love for Goofy and Pluto. I love seeing all the floats come around and disappear backstage. Normally I don't watch this much of the parade in one sitting, but I'm waiting for my favorite. Because after Lady Tremaine and her daughters, who by the way put on a fantastic performance out here, and of course the float with all of the princesses on it looking regal with their princes. Ooh, including my favorite prince and princess. Look, it's Belle and the Beast. Then we get the Toy Story characters, Jessie and Buzz and Woody and everybody, which I'm glad to see, but I mostly just want to get out of the way because then, my friends, the true heroes of the parade come along. I know I'm not talking about these dancing carolers. I'm talking about Santa's wacky, wonderful dancing reindeer. Look at them. Those are my favorite characters at any Disney Christmas thing. And then, of course, there's the big man himself. It's Santa! It's Santa! I know him!
The elves are busy at the North Pole, making sure that everything is ready for Christmas Eve.
That was awesome! I'll tell you something, that Santa really slays out here at Disneyland. All right, the parade is over. Town Square is devolving into chaos. Everybody's reshuffling and moving around as the shadows get long. The parade came through actually a little bit slowly, but that's okay. That means less time to wait until they light up the night and light up the Christmas tree out here. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's the real Santa keeping an eye on things. I'm still just tripping out at how many generations have grown up with Christmas at Disneyland. I mean, look at this. Back in our grandparents' day, people were flocking out here to see the decorations too, which may have been considerably simpler than the ones out here today in the 21st century. In some spots in the park, there are actually other parts of the park that used to go way harder for Christmas. Most younger people today are completely unaware of this because this goes back way before even my time. But way back in the day, for Christmas, the Matterhorn mountain was crowned, was topped off with a giant, rotating, light-up, mid-century Christmas star that's long since disappeared. I have some footage of it rotating somewhere. It was actually a big contentious debate between like Disney people back in the day misremembering things on forums like it never rotated, and other people, yes it did, and I've got footage of it, and of course I couldn't find it today. But dude, that star was huge, like a good 20 or 30 feet tall, giant metal star that had to be lifted up there every year by crane. They used to store it behind Storybook Land. Sometimes you can see it in people's old pictures from the Skyway and stuff backstage laying there during the year. I don't know at what point it disappeared, but there was a rumor for the 60th anniversary of Disneyland and then for the 100th anniversary of Disney, the company, that they would bring the Christmas star back on top of the Matterhorn, but so far, it hasn't happened. Back in the day, they did hang wreaths and garlands on the castle, so they've always decorated, although obviously nothing like today with the fake snow and the crazy garlands of ornaments and stuff like that. But one weird epic thing they did have back in the day that they don't do anymore. So I mean, in one sense, today's castle is a little more decked out, but one thing they used to do, and I'm talking about for generations, was on either side of the castle in the moat, basically down here where the new fountains are now at, they would have giant Christmas trees in the water, in the moats, flanking the castle. I've only got a little bit of grainy footage where you can just make out one of the trees. Luckily, there are other pictures of the castle back in the day flanked by those trees. Here's some from Stack's Liberty Ranch. Look at those glorious Christmas trees. I gotta admit, it's sort of a silly place to put Christmas trees. Kind of wild, you know. I wish it would come back. But I must tell you, I kind of prefer the fountains. I like them. I think they're better at night than they are during the daytime. Like maybe they should be something they only turn on at night in the future, but I'm hoping they keep them at all. It'd be a shame if they went away after this 100th anniversary celebration they've been doing. All right, as you can see, it's getting kind of crowded out here. As the sun goes down, more and more people are rushing over to try to get their last daytime pics with the Christmas castle. And then any minute now, they're going to do the lighting ceremony. They're going to light up the tree in Town Square. This castle will be gloriously transformed with light. And then you're going to get an even bigger fun pic frenzy going on out here. All right, here we go. They're about to light things up. Come on, Christmas.
Good evening, everyone. In keeping with our time-honored tradition, we invite you to turn your attention to Town Square for the lighting of our beautiful Christmas tree. So on the count of 3, everyone please join together in saying Happy Holidays. Ready? 1, 2, 3, Happy Holidays! Pleasant evening to one and all from the merriest place on earth.
Yes, they did it! The night has been painted with the holidays. Now it feels like Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. And look at this. Everybody's all dressed up. I'm seeing a lot of Christmas sweaters and Christmas ears appearing out here. It's wonderful. Pro tip, I was standing over by the castle. I stood in both places, over here by the tree when they light it up and down there by Sleeping Beauty Castle. And because when they light this up, once you're done oohing and eyeing over the Christmas tree, once you turn around, you see the castle all lit up as well. I always thought they lit up the castle at the same time, but actually they just did it 7 minutes later, so I never managed to get that money shot of the castle lights popping on. That's okay, they're on now, and that's all that matters. And look at this, what I tell you about the fun pic frenzy out here. Everybody's getting sick pics of that. And how can you blame them? It is glorious. We can finally start celebrating because not only is the castle lit up, not only is Main Street USA lit up, and look at this, Frontierland is lit up. But I just got word that the sweetest treat of them all has just entered the park. It's Allie, my lady love. She's finally here. Christmas just got a whole lot cuter. All right, what to do now? Normally, I know what Allie wants to do at Christmas at Disneyland. Over here at the Jolly Holiday every year, they have a Mickey Mouse shaped gingerbread cookie she usually gets. But tonight, even to do a mobile order, said it would take 92 minutes, so it's standby or nothing.
I don't need it. I got one the other day. Plus, I still have one at home.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, then forget that. Besides, it's not like Disneyland isn't full of other holiday treats. I mean, look at that. Look at all of that Christmas gluten. They got marshmallows, they got cake pops, cupcakes, Rice Krispies treats. And what the heck is that, a Pop-Tart? Looks pretty good. Sadly, I can't have any of these because none of them are gluten-free. However, this year there is one new Christmas treat I can actually enjoy. And you won't be able to find it at any of these restaurants, which, by the way, are packed with Christmas swag, Christmas foods. Yep, I'm hungry. Let's make our way out of here because this year, Disneyland has added a new treat, Christmas popcorn, but they don't have it here in the hub. To get it, we're gonna have to go on a journey through the Old West all the way to New Orleans Square. And look at this on the way. Look at the way the Old Old West is all lit up in glory. You got the colorful lit up Christmas garlands on all the buildings. Heck, even the shooting gallery looks festive. Give 'em heck for Christmas, fellers. Ah, look at this. They still have a little bit of setup left over from the Dia de los Muertos celebration. We got the Encanto family over here, and a couple of holiday-looking lights. And look down here, one leftover pumpkin. One lonely remnant of Halloween. You got the Dia de los Muertos, you got the Navidad, and one pumpkin. It's like, if they're not using it, let me take it. Let me take that pumpkin. I just want to take the Disneyland pumpkin home. Ah, prospero año y felicidad. Ah, look at this. The golden horseshoes all lit up with these red lanterns. You can see all the folks inside enjoying their food. Wow, look at those beautiful Christmas garlands. They got a lot of Christmas decorations in here. Look, it's dinner and a show. And it's really not that crowded considering, wow, this is nice in here. And oh my gosh, look at all the special Christmas stuff they've got for sale in here, including a Chippendale Christmas straw. I feel like I'm in Disneyland Paris. They got all the weird little promotion signs on the counters. Light crowds, menus with things I can't eat on them. That reminds me, I'm getting distracted. We gotta make our way over to New Orleans Square. By the way, red lights used to mean something in the Old West. What was it? I forget. They just this year added a Christmas popcorn option down at the popcorn cart, only in New Orleans Square, which supposedly I can actually eat, so I'm pretty excited to get my hands on some. First though, it's never a bad idea to stroll through New Orleans Square itself, especially at Christmas. Look at this, they've got giant decorations and garlands and masks. There are colorful lights and ornaments everywhere. And look at this, there's a Jack and Sally meet and greet going on in there. That's cool. You're not really supposed to do it, but you can get a good peek at them from the inside of Pieces of 8. That's awesome. No need for us to stand in line, though. We just saw them at the meet and greet at Disneyland Paris on Halloween. And Sally, it's a personal friend of Allie, probably because your names rhyme. I will say Jack and Sally fit a lot better with the whole Christmas motif. I have always said and will always say that is much more a Christmas movie than it is a Halloween movie. So it fits much better into this season. Wow, look at all this glass stuff. They've got a lot more glass Christmas swag in here than I was expecting. And look, they got the tiny little glass characters back. Look at Bambi, Allie's favorite. I always forget just how gloriously themed New Orleans Square is. Ooh, and look at these fancy glass Christmas ornaments. Too fancy and fragile for me. I'd break them. Actually, we never have ornaments on our tree anymore because of the darn cats. We're having the hardest time even keeping our tree that has no ornaments on it because our one cat decides that plastic Christmas trees are food. But it's fine. I love having cats. Ooh, look up there. Club 33 is all lit up for the holidays. See some people entering in the door right now. Not us. Not us, right? That's okay. Luckily, Disney leaves a little beauty down here for us peasants as well. Although I must say, it's awful fancy up there. That's how you'll know I've won the lottery one day. I'll be living in a big mansion and I'll be kicking it up there all the time. Oh, wait a minute. You got to play the lottery to win the lottery. Allie, did we buy any lottery tickets recently?
No, I forgot.
Oh, dang it. Well, looks like it's gonna be a while till I get back up there. All right, this is it. We're getting close. I can see our goal beyond all these faces and heads. We're almost to the Christmas popcorn. Allie got some the other day. She said it was awesome. I'm so excited. Wait, the Christmas popcorn machine is broken. No! But I was so hungry. The one Christmas tree. Oh well, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Allie did get some pictures in a little video clip the other day. They got little marshmallows. What was it, M&Ms?
Sprinkles, yeah.
Oh man, I would have loved that. Now I'm gonna be a wet blanket all night. No, a wet diaper. That's an even grumpier wet thing to be. I'm gonna ruin Christmas. Nah, I'm just kidding, it'll be fine. It's a little bit of a bummer, but nothing worth being upset over. Look at this, look at the Haunted Mansion holiday all rigged up for Christmas. I'm gonna try and ride that eventually. A little bit of a line at the moment. Ooh, which reminds me, since we're not really doing rides because my shoulder is still all heimbucked from that fall I took in Paris, which looked like this. ate it right there. And we're kind of just cruising around enjoying the scenery. We still got to go over to It's a Small World and see all the Christmas lights. Let's go, Allie. Oh my gosh, speaking of lights, I also just remembered the new Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse is open now. And look at how good it looks lit up at night. And yes, I know, technically it's the Adventureland treehouse inspired by Swiss Family Robinson. I loved that movie as a kid, and I loved this treehouse as a kid when I was less afraid of heights. Well, technically I'm still not afraid of heights, just afraid of plummeting from them. So as an adult, I've always had sort of a love-hate thing going on with the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. I do want to go up inside of it at night. And it's easier for me at night because you can see the ground a little less clearly. Let's go see some Christmas lights and get some kind of food in my belly first before I face that. After all, I don't want to come down and throw up on an empty stomach or anything. All right, let's head back there. Let's head into Fantasyland. Fantasyland. Okay, fine, not very Christmassy, but still wonderful any time of the year. Look at this when we walked in. The shop is open underneath the castle. The Enchanted Chamber. Look at this, it's been a long time since I've been here. Looks like now it's become part of the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. You can still see some of Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather's handiwork inside of here, but mostly it's fancy princess scepters and diadems and dresses too small to even fit Allie. I love that there are a couple of little prince outfits going on in here. My favorite thing in here are all the little Easter eggs, the little old school dioramas, but hey, look at this, I never noticed this. Why does Aurora have an extra finger? An extra long, weird finger, help! Well, we gotta get out of here. Oh, did you see that finger? Yeah. Weird. It was like a sci-fi tentacle coming out of her hand. Like, oh no, she's a homunculus! You know what else is new? Over in Mervin's Marvelous Miscellany. Look at this. They've got Wart's armor in here with his bandaged, broken up jousting pole. Look at that. I have never seen that before. Was that in here before? I just missed it? Also, look at this. I never noticed that Wart was actually the Zodiac. Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, that is cute right there. By the way, we're stalling for time because the parade is passing between where we are now and where we want to go. Look at all these decorations. These have to be the coolest Christmas ornaments anywhere. I want all of these. But again, we don't use Christmas ornaments because of Allie's big fat cat. Check this out though. My mom used to make little diorama ornaments out of eggs. You can boil the eggs and somehow drain them. I don't know. And we used to have little apple ornaments too. So this is like nostalgic. Look at the 7 dwarf ornaments. I mean, that's so cool. It's a whole Christmas tree theme in one box. Mr. Toad. Peter Pan's flight facade from the 50s. And look at that. There's Wart/Arthur and Merlin and Peter Pan and some other ornaments. They got Dumbo up here. So this is where they've been hiding all the good stuff. Whoa. Speaking of which, look at that. The freaking Matterhorn monster. Oh my gosh. Look at this. You can have your morning coffee with your conscience. Wow. All right, hopefully we procrastinated long enough. I don't want to be lame or a quitter or anything, but I'm still sore, like I was saying, from that fall. We're not really doing rides. So I'm not sure how long we're going to last here tonight. Luckily, even if we do end up tapping out early tonight, we do have a reservation for less than a week away, so we'll be back. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Now that's a sight for sore eyes. Not the crowd, nobody wants to see that. I'm talking about those beautiful It's a Small World lights. The Christmas version of the ride is in place. It's a Small World holiday. And look at the size of this crowd. All pushing, pulling, shoving their way into that gargantuan standby line. Look at the size of that. Must be because the parade just ended, because that line just tripled in size. Now, I'm one of those people who loves It's a Small World. I don't loathe it. I actually enjoy it all year round. And I even really enjoy the Christmas version, It's a Small World holiday, which of course is absolutely gorgeous inside. So many decorations, so many lights, so many cute little singing dolls. But this clip is from a previous year, from an earlier episode, because we're not going to tackle that line right now. Tonight's mostly about coming out, enjoying the lights, enjoying the sights. And it just doesn't get much better than this part of the park. It's everything I like that chilly night air over here, a little bit of a breeze. You got the colored lights in the bushes, all these well-lit wreaths, Christmas lights in every tree and on every pole. And of course, that Small World facade. Look at it. It's incredible, dude. There is nothing else like that in Southern California. Last year, I finally went out to the Mission Inn in Riverside for their Festival of Lights, which was great, and that has to be one of the coolest, weirdest hotels in Southern California. It was historic, it was big, it's like a castle. But as for the Festival of Lights, it couldn't even compare with It's a Small World holiday facade, right? I don't know of anywhere else in Southern California where you can see all that in one spot like that. I'm sure there have got to be places I haven't seen yet that are impressive in Southern California during Christmas. But I'm just saying, in terms of pure bang for your buck, one-stop shop, one place with all the Christmas glory you cannot beat. It's a Small World at Christmas time. Just look at that. They've got lollipop bushes, lit up topiaries, there's a little boat ride going by, sparkling lights, still lights, colored lights, tough lights, sissy lights, lights that climb on rocks. They got a train that goes through there. It's easy to take for granted. This thing is amazing. All right, well, if we're not gonna ride it at the moment, and we're just on a quest for decorations, there's another land we ought to visit. Mickey's Toontown. A couple of weeks ago during Halloween, we came back here just to check, just to see if they put the Halloween decorations back since they've redone Mickey's Toontown, and they didn't. There really wasn't anything, I don't think. So I was surprised to find out today that they actually have brought back at least a lot of Toontown's Christmas decorations. Look at that, they got Christmas garlands and a lit up wreath on Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin. Look at Roger up there, he looks awesome. All the Toontown streets and back alleys also have lit up garlands with little ornaments and decorations. Look at these funky rubber chickens with little Santa outfits on. It's a little bit of a tribute to the old gag factory, I guess. I love that they're all themed. Look at the fireworks factory's wreath's got fireworks in it. Hard to tell, but the gym one has got a bunch of sports equipment up there. It's funny that the rubber chickens and all that stuff are on the powerhouse and not on what's left of the old gag factory facade back there, but it has its own colored garland. The dog pound over here has got some treats, some peppermint over there in the sky. That's some straight up grandma's house candy, not doghouse candy. When you come to a place like this, you never think about decorators, but Disneyland has got a lot of talented prop finders and sort of set dressers and decorators who work out here all year round sourcing a lot of the little props. Some of them have to be made or manufactured. They work on all the store displays, the window displays, all the little touches at Disneyland that are mostly subliminal because most people aren't looking directly at them and checking out all the weird stuff in the garlands or all the decorations. But they're actually a big part of the show, you don't notice them, but they're there and it's actually kind of fun. I was gonna say being physically injured and forced to look at them. Not being physically injured, that part's not fun, but it's kind of fun, kind of being forced to walk around and look at all the little details. When you can't or don't do the rides at a theme park, you start to notice little things like even these ribbons here. What the heck are those made out of? Those are cool. They look like hard molded plastic, but they're some kind of flexible vinyl. Are they still look cartoony? Little things like that. Okay, here's some oldies but goodies back here at Toontown City Hall, but especially next door at the Three Little Pigs Bank. Look at all the money on the bank. They got 1 zillion simoleons with Roger Rabbit on it. They got a Toontown, what is that, a quarter with Mickey? It's 28 cents? It's funny, there used to be a window over here for Scrooge McDuck. You'd think he'd be on the money. Seeing if the Scrooge window is still here. I don't see. Oh, there it is. It's right there. Scrooge McDuck, right on the courthouse. Investment counselor. That is old school. It neither got refurbished nor removed in the last big Toontown makeover. I'm glad it's still there. A little piece of 93. Of course, City Hall has got red, white, and blue decorations. Very patriotic. I'm so glad they saved them and they're still using them, because that means they probably also saved the decorations for Mickey and Minnie's house. I can't wait to see them. Look at Donald's got a few Christmas lights up. Definitely got a couple of decorations here on his mailbox. Oh, they actually fixed those little spinning chair things. They're back. Oh, yeah. Look at that up there. He's got his little anchors and bows. Everything's on theme to the building. There's still a chunk of his boat that's blocked off, but you can see some Christmas lights back there right underneath his laundry. But the most decorations, or at least the best decorations, are right over here at Mickey and Minnie's houses. Look, you can see Minnie inside taking pictures with people, and then right out in front of her house, she's got this crazy neon pink Christmas tree. Oh, and I just noticed the heart-shaped wreath up there above her heart-shaped window. That's cool. All right, what do you think, Allie? I know you're not the biggest Pink fan, but what if we had that tree?
I love it. It's cute.
Oh, so would you let us have it in our house?
No.
Ah.
It's cute for right here. I'd rather have Mickey's tree.
Oh, Mickey's tree. Let's go see Mickey's tree. Oh, yeah. You know what? I concur with you. Mickey has got a pretty good tree. And look at the little train at the bottom, which is perfect. You know what's funny? The official voice of Mickey Mouse, Brett Iwan, just like the original voice of Mickey Mouse, Walt Disney, is a big-time train guy. So it's pretty fitting that Mickey also loves trains. By the way, speaking of Mickey's house, which is the coolest house in the Magic Kingdom, look at his mailbox. That's amazing. I want a mailbox like that, but with my face on it. Well, there you have it, folks. Christmas has come back to Toontown. That's awesome. Oh, look at this before we go. I just noticed Minnie even has Christmas decorations out in her backyard. Who knew mice were so into the holidays? There's just something so awesome about Disneyland at night at any time of the year, and Toontown at night at any time of the year. Much less at Christmas time, where the decorations and the lighting get plussed up just that much more. Glad we have another reservation in just a few days, because I'm awful tired today and overstimulated because this is all so awesome. This morning when I woke up, I really didn't feel ready for Christmas yet still. I was like, Christmas? Why is it coming so soon? But I'm starting to feel the mood. I'm starting to feel the vibe. You know what did it, Allie? It wasn't even the big stuff. It was looking at the little Christmas decorations in that shop.
Yeah.
All right, as beautiful as it is out here, I've got a problem, a habit, a bad habit of tending to pack too much into every video, making every video a little too long, a little too dense. So not only are we gonna save It's a Small World holiday for another evening, I've still gotta come back and get the Christmas popcorn. I've gotta check out all the stuff over at DCA and the other park. They've packed so much Christmas into the Disneyland Resort. There's too much Christmas to do in one day. Which I guess is actually a good thing, because Christmas lasts for months and months and months now, doesn't it? Luckily, there's more to do, more to see, more that we're going to do and see. But for now, thanks to full memory cards and of course my aching Heimbuck shoulder, and yes, don't worry, I am going tomorrow to get an x-ray to make sure I didn't break anything. It's been a couple weeks now. It hurts, trust me. I think we're gonna start making our way out of the park, but I want you guys to stick around to the very end, because at the end I'm going to show you an old school Disneyland holiday parade, some old school vintage footage of what the parades used to look like, since we saw so much of today's parade. And would you do me a favor right now, leave a like, but also check out the links down below when the video's over. There's some cool stuff going on. I don't want to tell you about it now. I want you to see it down below in the description. Look at this before we leave. We can't fail to mention the Tomorrowland Terrace dance party out here with your Christmas-themed characters. They got Christmas pop music. They got everything from Mariah Carey to George Michael. And literally, people of all ages love coming out here to dance it up. And who wouldn't want to dance it up with Tick and Tack at Christmas? I also noticed this earlier. The Launch Bay building, the old Carousel of Progress building that's now a DVC lounge upstairs. Up on the balcony, they've got little green lights with the normal red and blue lighting, making it look pretty festive, a little Christmassy, more Christmassy than normal. And then look at the light projections on Space Mountain. I don't know if they're meant to be Christmassy. They're certainly not. Blue and red is not the most Christmas theme I've ever seen, more 4th of July. But since they were doing Ghost Galaxy, I don't know that I've noticed ever any projections on Space Mountain. It's been a long time since I've paid attention. So how long have they been doing that? Weird. I feel like Tomorrowland peaked in the 80s. That was the best. Bring it back. I won't say take it all the way back to 1968 Tomorrowland, like when they added the People Mover and stuff. And there's a whole series of Tomorrowland videos I'm planning for next year. I can't wait to talk to you guys about what used to be here, all the changes. But I mean, they used to have Mission to Mars right over here. You had sky buckets over there. There was a People Mover moving around over here. Well, and over there, you had almost that mid-century modern sort of white color theming. By the 80s, you had Captain EO, you had Journey Through Inner Space, which of course became Star Tours, and scholars will debate for centuries whether Inner Space or Star Tours was better. You had the whole Circle Vision Theater over here. I mean, we can keep Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear was a good addition. The rockets actually used to be up there on top of the People Mover platform, the way they are still at Disney World. Anyway, as you can see, I could go on and on and on. Disneyland of today is cool, it's all right. Having a little update, checking out the park now is fine. But you can't get me started on the past, because Disneyland's past is what intrigues me the most. Anyway, we'll save talking about Disneyland's past and Tomorrowland's past for the future. Today was all about trying to start getting into the spirit of Christmas, especially the spirit of Disney Christmas. Because, spoiler alert, this was just the beginning. We've got a lot more Disney Christmas ahead of us, and not just here. So I hope you guys had fun. I know we sure did. It was a great first step into the holiday season, but for now, we've done our duty. Once Allie eats this cinnamon roll pretzel, we can go home and sleep well. Merry Christmas, thanks for watching, and here is your vintage Disneyland parade. Bye-bye.